Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers, sisters. Welcome back to this podcast on Light of Reflection. Today, we're going to talk about this special topic about the Battle of Siffin. It is important to talk about this topic because it exemplifies several things. It talks about what are the historical facts, and then the second thing that it talks about, it addresses is how the narrative has been fabricated or changed. And the reason I say that the narrative has been changed is because the way that this person, this Wahabi scholar, so-called scholar, is talking about the events, he is actually showing that do not worry about history. And what happens when you do not worry about history is that you ignore what is right and wrong. You fail to realize the differentiation between haqq and batil. So we're going to go through this, and I'm going to highlight a few things in this particular lecture that he's giving, as well as there will be a follow-up discussion that Dr. Hatham will be making on this topic about like what is the actual reality. So that we all know like not what this person is saying, but instead what is actually the reality of how things happened. Okay, let's listen in to this person.
He says, can you give me details about the war between Ali and Muawiyah, may Allah be pleased with them? Because we hear a lot of things. Akhi, I wasn't there, so I cannot give you the details of what had happened between them. What I can give you are the following.
So before I go into the following, I do want to highlight this aspect. I was not there. So first of all, I wasn't there, therefore cannot talk. Let's just think about this. We were not there when Pharaoh was against Moses. So we can say we cannot talk, but Allah talked about it in the Quran. We can also say that we were not there when Ibrahim alayhi salam, when Pharaoh or Namrud versus Ibrahim. But Allah again talks in the Quran. It means Allah wants to remember who was on haqq, who was on batil. It's not as easy as saying that, oh, I wasn't there, so I can ignore the fact. The Quran, in Allah Ta'ala says, Quran, there is a term called Furqan. This term Furqan means the differentiation between haqq, truthfulness, truth, versus batil, which is basically the evil. So there is the concept that if you have taqwa, Allah mentions that Allah will give you furqan, that you can differentiate between haqq and batil. So can someone argue that in the battle of Siffin, Imam Ali alayhi salam versus Muawiyah, that there was no haqq and no batil? It is against the basic concept of the Quran about Furqan. So let's think about this. This person is forcing us to say that, oh, akhi, I wasn't there, so I cannot talk about that. That is absolute rubbish, first of all. Let's continue over here. So, first topic, let's just recap. Cannot talk. It's not from on history because I wasn't there. It is against the Quran. It is against the narration of the Prophet. And it is against the Sunnah of Allah. And Allah says in Quran that my sunnah doesn't change. Okay, so let me just color this in a different color. So we're gonna come back to this topic again just to recap.